Diving was far deeper than anything recreational or just a hobby. It was basically my entire life, and it shaped the person that I am today. And for the past 7 weeks, well, I lost that part of me from a ear injury, barotrauma. There's still some issues, but because I was very cautious, I'm able to dive. It was the biggest feeling of relief when I finally got the clear that I can go back in. I was literally grieving something so valuable. A month is the longest I've ever been out of the ocean since I started snorkeling. And with all that persistence, I healed so much of what's been a massive struggle: my anxiety, my depression, my suicidal thoughts, my confidence, self esteem. It was all given a platform by the water to be pushed up. Without that, it was a really big reminder of just how valuable it was to me. I found that I'm the type of person that I am driven by passion. It is, well, the meaning and weight behind life itself is having something you deeply care about. It may still be another 2 or so weeks before I'm actually diving again. I need to train my body, and I'm about to explain and give context to all that happened 6 weeks ago. So I went out for a typical session freediving. After recovering from sickness, I gave myself around a week and a half roughly, and I only went out assuming that all my sinuses and everything was clear of mucus, blockages, etc. And it's very common for me to have small issues equalizing here and there, but that day, it was consistent. My first or second dives down to the bottom, I was like, hang on, that was like three equalizations before I actually felt like I did something right. But for some reason, I just kept on going, assuming it was a one off. It was just a bad duck dive. And I went down for a couple more. Same thing. I think I was just really missing the water. This is after such a short stint. That's how important it was to my life. And I wasn't experiencing pain or discomfort during those ones that I just brought up. So on the third breath hold, I went down and something went really bad. It I could describe it as acute vertigo. So normally your eyes are on this level. When I equalized, my it felt like my eyes did this, and my whole body just completely shifted. I surfaced with tinnitus, and it didn't take long for me to realize that also my left ear was completely deaf for like 30 to 35 minutes after. It terrified the daylights out of me. And I obviously went to the doctors and went through all of that sort of process to see a specialist. And that meant till I had approval, I'm out. I'm not swimming. I'm being really safe. I can't be around loud noises, can't do anything at a workbench. And because I took, you know, pretty high precautionary steps, I'm now clear to dive, but I need to retrain myself on my CO2, my oxygen, my equalizing. So, a big part of what potentially caused the issue from the beginning is when you're sick, sometimes you'll use station tubes. It's like the canal that connects your middle ear to your throat and your sinus system itself. They were swollen, and a portion, not all of it, when you equalize is resetting your ear a little bit. So it's not to this extent, it's not so extreme, maybe at deeper depths. Under the pressure of the ocean, your eardrum kind of bulges a bit, whether this way or, you get what I'm saying. And when you concentrate all the pressure, when you equalize, it kind of sets it back to neutral. This is just trying to make it very simple. And basically, nothing's kept me out of the water before. I used to free dive quite frequently in brown ocean conditions, seaweed, debris. Although it did scare me, for some strange reason, I would just continue going back out till I built a tolerance. Waves that never scared me out of the water. I've had someone reel in a tiger shark 10 meters away from where I was free diving, came back the next day. You know, it took, well, deafness, tinnitus, and a serious thing to keep me out. So now, if I have sicknesses, it's gonna keep me out for multiple weeks, but it's better that than over a month.